Oscar Johnson and Daryl Cooper draw inspiration for their seafood recipes from family traditions, African American culinary history, and global ingredients. They are known for creating new taste memories by putting their fresh spin on time-honored dishes. So Oscar, Coop, I've been waiting on this for so long. Ever since I met you guys at a seafood event a couple of years ago, I have got to bring them over and cook together, and today is the day. Tell me what we're making.
Well, today we're making our variation of an Asian dish called the chili crab. Out of blue crab, and we're making a sauce out of a West African inspired tomato-based sauce that's also spicy with a lot of chilies and a specific ingredient called dawa dawa.
All right, so we got some boiling water, crabs in a bucket or a bowl. This is just a real quick cook, nothing more than 5 minutes, just until those shells get nice and pink or red. And then we'll be ready to shock them in some ice water to stop the cooking process.
Okay, and that's why we've got our ice water here. So what do you think? Let's take a look
at them.
Bright red.
Beautiful. We are going to stop this cooking process immediately.
And you know, that whole cooking and the magic of ice water stops that cooking instantly, because you're going to cook these again, right? So you don't want to overdo it at this point. So they're going to chill, and then we're going to get ready, and you're going to show me how to clean them, right?
Yep, we're going to show you how to bust them down.
All right. We have before us our 4 cooked crabs, and you're going to show me how to break these apart, right? I've never done this. I'm so curious. Where do we begin?
All right, I'm gonna take one of these beautiful crabs right
here.
What I like to do is, I like to take this piece with the point.
Are you kidding me?
Right here, yep. With me, you got the point right here.
Yes.
Slide it on down.
Look how easy that is.
See how easy that is?
I'll be darned.
Take that off. Right? Take your thumb, or whatever dominant hand you are. Slide it right on top.
All right.
Hear that crunch?
All right.
Pull up.
Well, would you look at that?
Now, we want to save the shells. I'm also going to say...
Save the shells and
save whatever juice is in there. If there's a gill that falls off in there, you can take that away, because we don't eat the dead man
We don't want that part, but we want those shells, because shells have flavor, right?
And from here, usually I just crack this in half, just like this. That's it.
Yeah, easy to work with.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the rest of these, and then onto the spice mix.
Yep, chili paste.
Okay, chili paste. All right, let's get busy. So this is going to be the chili paste that gives the chili to the chili crab, right? All right, I see some things I recognize. I see some things I don't. Tell me what we're putting in this food processor.
So we've got some rehydrated guajillo chilies. So we just simply put those in some warm water to soak.
And that's a really mild heat, almost a fruity heat. This one I recognize.
Yep, onion, those are shallots. And you can certainly use yellow onion for this as well. We got some minced garlic.
All right, good fresh garlic. And then ginger?
Yep, we got some ginger.
And then, what is this?
So we got Scotch bonnet pepper.
Ooh, now that's where some heat's coming from in this, right? Now this one, friends, what do we have here?
So we have dawa dawa, AKA fermented locust bean.
Fermented locust bean.
Locust bean seed.
And then this, we're gonna put the lid on here, and we're just gonna process this until it's a smooth paste.
Yep, beautiful.
There is nothing but flavor in there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, looks like next stage, we're gonna take that wonderful paste we just made and make a sauce.
So we're gonna start with our fermented or our shrimp paste.
And you're going to put it in the pan and just re-bloom it? What are we doing here?
So we're just gonna toast it a little bit. So like I said, we're just building a little fond here. And then we'll add the palm oil in next.
Palm oil, okay. Palm oil. May I put that in there for you?
That'd be perfect.
Ooh, got it going now.
Oh, yeah.
Always. What goes next, friend?
So we'll go in with the chili paste that we have created.
And this is the thing we just made.
Yep.
All right.
And so we're cooking with some high heat. We got this wok here. So we're doing a little bit of Afro Chesapeake cuisine right now. Because this next ingredient, we're gonna throw in some beer to kind of deglaze this situation. Going back to how we like to cook those crabs and do the crab boils and having that cheap beer that we talked about.
Yeah, it's the nice trashy beer that goes well with crabs, but you don't want that you drink just to get you there.
Yep.
So what that's doing, it looks to me is that sizzling, we're almost deglazing. All right, look at that. That is really, really building up.
So next, we are gonna go in with our tomato puree.
Okay.
All right, and lastly, we're gonna do our chili sauce. So we're gonna go ahead with our water.
All of this?
We'll use about half of that.
So you are adding enough more liquid to give just some volume for our crab, right?
That's it.
Okay.
And this next part is the best part.
And I love that you're adding the shells, because like we said, shells have flavor.
Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead with all these crabs.
They just all go in at once.
All go in at once. Don't be shy.
And now I can see why you're using a wok. That high heat, room for all this to go in.
So we want to just get a good little stir so we get all of this coated, and then we're just gonna let it simmer for a little bit just so we get all that flavor into those shells.
Okay.
Because you do eat this dish with your hands. So we're gonna finish our sauce here with a little acid. So we got some rice wine vinegar, and then we're gonna just let that continue to let that cook out a little bit. And I'm gonna pass this right over to you, partner.
Come on down.
Can you reach?
Yep.
So this is when all those solids come out, right?
Yes, ma'am. Everything that's crab come out.
And so look at those shells, how pretty they are. We've stuck with the theme here, haven't
It's so
we?
saucy. All right, we're gonna put this back on the heat.
All right.
And we're just gonna add our egg. We have 1 beaten egg here. And this is just a thickener. Like, this is just to kind of bring everything together, give it the body that we're looking for.
And look at that, smooth as silk.
Yep, and we're just gonna pour it right on over. Look at that, it's like a gravy almost.
It looks like the most beautiful, delicious, well-flavored tomato gravy I've ever seen.
So we have cilantro and we have green onions, a little garnish at the end.
Oh, this is an amazing, amazing, beautiful dish, and I have learned so much.
Thank you so much for having us.